IUR Fighting Championships. Here I have with me, I'm going to mess up your last name, Chloe.
Crozier.
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 Everybody says Crozier or Crozier.
Yeah.
Is Crozier. Just 2 syllables, done.
Well, I'm terrible with names to begin with because I could mess up Smith.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Don't worry, it's just one of them names people look at and they're like, what? So I totally get it, it's fine.
Right on. All right, so first of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
You got your victory over
Yes.
Sarah Elliot-Sheridan. How was that? Did the fight go the way you expected it to?
I'm going to be honest, I'm not happy with my performance.
No.
Why
not?
I kind of went out and I didn't switch on the first round, so I kind of just like let her kind of pick me apart a wee bit. And then the second round I started, actually like coming into the fight then, starting to read her shots, kind of doing everything that I was supposed to be doing in the first round.
Yeah.
Third round started getting into my own game plan. Like I took her down, I kind of implemented what I wanted to do in the first round. But Chloe just had a bad day in the office. Now, I think it's one of them things where I've won on a bad day, which is one of them things where my coach, Rodney, would actually kind of what's the word? He'd kind of go for that wee bit more. Like he would just be like, at least you're winning your bad days. That's kind of what he wants you to kind of go out there and do. Like even if you have a bad day,
get a positive with a negative.
Yeah, like just make sure that you're gonna go get the win. I think as me as a fighter, I should have done better. But that's a self-critical kind of thing, thinking that I have, and I think I'm a wee bit of a perfectionist in terms of like where I go from, every round, kind of I want to win every single second of every round and implement my game plan. But today it just took me a wee bit longer to kind of get it off and kind of actually like implement what I wanted. But I think it's because I fought Sarah before, so I was a wee bit more hesitant.
Okay.
And I shouldn't have doubted myself. I think I doubted myself a while lot in that fight, when I shouldn't have done that, But I think it was just in that moment, it was just them wee thoughts kind of coming into my head, and I was like, oh, now I just had to kind of like bat them away as well as kind of fighting her. Do you know what I mean? So it was the first and second round, like my corner advice was like, this isn't you. You need to kind of snap into it. She's won that round. I think I won the second round personally myself, and then the third, obviously, I got the armbar. But I didn't actually mean to get the armbar. I wanted to actually go for a choke, but she gave me her arm, so I was like, you know what, I'm actually going to take it. I'm going to take it home with me, and then obviously I got the win from there. Okay,
was there anything like? Did you do anything kind of out of the ordinary to prepare for this? So you said this is your second time fighting with her. Like, what did you take from that first fight?
So the first fight, it was just more so I think it was my third fight in amateur, and she was very high level amateur. Okay. She still is. She's well. She's very good. She's a good kickboxer as well. Very good. So it was like one of them things where I really needed to sit down with myself and be honest, and where I was going to improve and really focus on myself. Like I do a lot of Muay Thai now. My coaches are Brian and Mark. Brian holds pads for me, and Mark's actually my Muay Thai instructor. Like he's the bread and butter of our team. Do you know what I mean? And it's kind of one of them things where I have all these guys around me, and like the knowledge that they have, like it's phenomenal for me to even be in this position with so many great people around me. So it was like, in a way, I feel like the first round wasn't a representation of my ability and my skill that they've kind of passed on to me. And then the second round was kind of a wee bit more, I'm giving it a wee bit more oomph, and I was kind of putting power behind my shots. I was kind of reading them a wee bit more, and I'm kind of happy with myself. But like I say, I'm my own worst critic.
Okay, so how has combat sports kind of helped you personally? I
feel like it's given me that kind of a sense of self-confidence and self-worth that I didn't have in myself before. Now, I did say I doubted myself in this fight, but see, when I'm training and leading up to it, it's like the confidence that it gives you to be able to take on the world. It's phenomenal, and you always chase that high, you chase that feeling of being able to like implement your game plan and obviously make someone else feel uncomfortable. Now, that's probably the downside of it, and that's what took me so long to get into that mindset of going into a cage and switching on so fast. Is the fact that I have to hurt someone else. But I was reading this whole thing where it was like, you need to hurt someone else, and it's in this sport, it's the actual nature of the sport, and you have to kind of look at it in a way that they're going to hurt you, so you have to protect yourself. Do you know what I mean? And that's how I actually got into the sport, was self-defense and actually being able to defend myself. because obviously women are more so likely to put in kind of dangerous positions in life, and it's one of them things where I feel that most young girls or women need to know the basics of self-defense.
Absolutely.
You know.
So you said to learn self-defense, that's kind of what drove or brought you into. What were your kind of immediate takeaways when you started?
I was scared. I was coming through the doors and I had high level of anxiety as it was. So I would just sit in the edge of the mats and I would just shake just with anxiety. And it actually just took me just to get along and actually know a lot of people in the gym to really bring me out of my shell.
Okay.
Now, I started about 4 or 5 years ago, and I would say the girl that started compared to the girl now is completely different.
Really?
I don't think I would recognise myself if I actually walked past, if the younger me walked past me today, I'd just be a different, I'd be a completely different person, and someone that she probably thought would never, be. I had a very difficult part of my life, and I feel like now this has empowered me to actually make a difference.
Excellent. I love hearing that.
Yeah.
What would you say to maybe other women who maybe they're not necessarily interested in like competing or it starts off that way, I feel.
It's like you have to get yourself through the door. Don't set yourself big goals. You don't have to be like, oh, I want to be world champion, or I want to do this. Just set yourself wee goals like, oh, I'm just going to go into this class. And even if you get scared halfway through the class and you have to leave within 30 minutes, then next time, I'm going to make it to 40 minutes. I'm going to make it to the whole class. Get small goals for yourself to be able to bring yourself out of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
And kind of manage your own emotions too, because that's a big part of it. I feel like it's a lot scarier for a girl to go into a male environment to learn something that they're not familiar with. So it's really like setting yourself that challenge, no matter how small your milestones or how big they are. Just be able to put your words into actions. That's all it is, really. So,
I always tell people, not just women, but just people in general, it's like, these gyms, even if it's like a high level gym, you have people, one, from all walks of life, and then two, like you have people who are just doing it for a hobby, people who are training to be professionals to compete, and then people who just, want to be fit with it, so you kind of have the whole thing. Yeah. So regardless of what it is you're looking to get out of it, like there will be other people there doing that also.
And I think like one of the main things is like everybody's there just to better themselves.
Yes.
It doesn't matter how many like goals you have. The first ever class I went to was a gi class. Do you know what I mean? And then I evolved and I went into no gi. Then I went wrestling, and then now I train 6 days a week. Like it's mental. Like you just get hooked on it. But like if it's starting with the one class, and that one class you meet one friend or you make a connection with one person, it'll draw you in and you'll feel like it's your second family. Because that's what I feel like,
Yeah, so it's one of the things that always blew my mind was you'll meet some of the nicest people in these gyms, and it sounds weird, like in a building full of killers, like they are some of the nicest people, and
you think they're like all big rugged like kind of meatheads and stuff like that, and then there's like all the wee geeks and nerds, and like it's like
exactly
the people that are into like so many
niche
other
things.
You don't even expect it as well, and I think that's the biggest stereotype there is. It's like it's all scary, but as soon as you get in there, you're like, it's not what everybody makes out to be.
Excellent. Okay, so back in the fights tonight here. What are you looking to get out of your career here?
I want to be able to be the best version of myself. I think that's the biggest thing for me. And obviously my fight tonight wasn't the best I could bring to the table. And I think that's what I'm upset with, because I know my potential and I know that I could bring so much more to what I just showcased there. But it's like, why wouldn't you put yourself on a pedestal and just like make yourself believe that you can go the full way? And self-belief is a big thing for me. Some days I have it, some days I'm just second guessing myself, and today was just a second guess. And then between the first and the second round, I really picked myself up and I really had to just go for it. And I think that's a make or break of a fighter. You will only go as far as how much you believe in yourself.
Absolutely.
So why won't I go the full way? I just have to believe I can.
Absolutely. What's your 5-year plan?
I don't know. I wouldn't. I would love to turn pro.
Yeah.
On a big organisation, get the pro record kind of up and see where I go from there. But it's one of them things where Rodney says I have a lot to work on, so I'm just going to go back to the gym, just look at my fight and see what else I can do to implement to my game and use that in my plan, and that'll be all that, really.
Excellent. All right, look, I'm going to end this on a fun question here.
I've been so morbid. I've been like, oh, I have been, but anyway.
All right, I see you have a lot of tattoos.
Yes.
Just what's your favorite tattoo? Or what was your first tattoo and then your favorite?
Oh, my first tattoo was the wee butterflies and the rose.
You can't see that here, but yeah.
Well, it was on my leg,
okay.
And I was like 16 or 15 or whatever at the time, and my mum.
Oh, jeez,
but my dad went with me.
Oh, really?
So he got a tattoo. We got tattooed together.
Oh, cool.
And
you get the same thing?
No, he got a Joey Jordison Slipknot tattoo. So
okay.
Yeah, it was pure metalhead. It was class. And then I got a wee dainty rose and butterflies. But yeah, so I told my mum it was like the tiniest wee tattoo, and then I came back with a full leg piece, and she was like, what? And I was like, I can't really take it off my body now. So yeah, I'd say my favourite, I don't know, I'd say it's either the burning building on the inside of my arm.
Okay.
You probably can't see it, but it's so flipping class. I only got that, that's my latest one.
That do hurt because I have
it's
one.
It's right in my armpit.
I have one
as well.
here. And
oh, so bad.
It was just this little bit. Oh yeah, it was so terrible.
Right. He was literally in my armpit, and I was sitting there like, I hate you right now. It's my cousin. Okay, so I could say that. But I was like sitting there like, he was like, you good? And I was like, no.
There's a lot of color. There's a lot of color in there.
And then I've got a spider on my stomach
very good.
as well. So I don't know. I love all of them. I go in with a plan, and then I end up coming out with something completely different. And it's like, you know what? I might as well just go with the flow.
Very good. You see the one on your neck
it's like
there?
honeycomb, and then it's like a beehive.
That one's pretty cool.
Yeah, that was a last minute job as well.
Really?
I went in to get the rest of my arm done, and then came out with that, and my boyfriend was like, what are you doing? It's like, you know, he's used to it by now.
It happens, yeah.
And then I came home, and I was like, shaved the side of my head and all. He's like, he's just grand. Like, he just knows the crack by now.
Flow, yeah.
He's like, you're mental, but I'm like, yeah. Might as well just do it. It's only one life at the end of the day, you know.
Excellent. All right. And just, I guess, last thing. Do you have any advice, or do you have anything you'd like to say to the girls out there, you know, who are watching you and maybe aspire to do something, or not even this, but just something challenging or hard?
I feel like if you believe in yourself and you kind of give yourself a good kind of confidence builder in terms of like how you talk to yourself, I feel like that's a big thing with me. I kind of talk to myself sometimes negatively, but if you really focus on your goals, really strive and know what you want to do to achieve them, like I feel like anything's possible. So it's just believing in yourself. I think that's the biggest thing. No matter what you do, just believe in yourself. Awesome. Look, I appreciate your time. Thank you very much. I don't know, it was like a handshake or like a fist bump or like, no. That's me. Like, just shut down completely. Excellent. Like again, thank you very much. No, and I'm just so awkward. I've literally like just social awkwardness. What do I do with my hands? All my days. All right, excellent. I'll take that.